I am never moving to New York City, ever. Check this out from Red State. 327 crooks account for a third of all NYC shoplifting. This is reported by the New York Times. Nearly a third of all shoplifting arrests in New York City last year involved just 327 people, the police said. Collectively, they were arrested and rearrested more than 6,000 times. Police Commissioner Keechant Sewell said, some engage in shoplifting as a trade, while others are driven by addiction or mental illness. The police did not identify the 327 people in the analysis. Not only do a small number of robbers account for such a huge percentage, but they also tend to target a relatively small number of stores. The victims were concentrated. 18 department stores and 7 chain pharmacy locations account for 20% of all complaints. So these people are just breaking. It's a revolving door, like the article says. These people are getting caught. They keep reoffending. They keep hitting these same places. This is because there is no accountability for these people in New York City. And we'll get to that in a minute. But Democrats, they tend to think that law and order is not the answer to this problem. Shoplifting is a crime of poverty, said Ariel Reed, supervising attorney of the Decarceration Project at the Legal Aid Society, New York's largest provider of criminal and civil services for indigent clients. It can't be solved by a continued reliance on the heavy hand of law enforcement, she said. And this continues on to say, she's wrong. It absolutely can be controlled by law enforcement and effective policy. The truth is actually quite simple. If you allow people to break the law without consequence, people will take advantage. It's not rocket science. And I don't think it could be said any better than that, because you have a soft on crime DA who is allowing all sorts of crimes to happen in the city, which has led to this surge in crime. This is nuts. This is from CNN. Just so you know that I'm not pulling from conservative sites only, this is from CNN itself. Among the crimes Bragg said his office would not prosecute are marijuana misdemeanors, including selling more than 3 ounces, not paying public transportation fare, trespassing except for a 4th-degree stalking charge, resisting arrest, obstruction governmental administration in certain cases, and prostitution. Wow. And you don't believe me, you can read it for yourself at the memo that Alvin Bragg sent out when he came into office to his staff, or to his team. The following policies and procedures are effective immediately. Charging. The office will not prosecute the following charges unless part of an accusatory instrument containing at least 1 felony count. Marijuana misdemeanors, the act of refusing to pay the fare for public transportation under theft or services, trespass unless the trespass is a family offense pursuant, accompanied by a large stalking on the 4th degree, as we said before, aggravated unlicensed operation. Oh boy. Any violation, traffic infraction or non-criminal offense not accompanied by a misdemeanor or felony. Resisting arrest, except for the act of resisting arrest for any crime not included in this declination list. Wow. So this is from, look, there's more. Prostitution, outdated offenses such as obscenity, misdemeanor charges for which a desk appearance ticket is required by law shall be offered diversion. Yeah, so you can see how he has lessened the punishment for a lot of these crimes in New York City. Now, this is probably one reason why I've heard multiple times that New York City smells like marijuana. If you walk around Times Square, it smells like marijuana. This is what I've heard in various places. And so won't be charged for marijuana misdemeanors, trespassing in most cases, traffic infractions, non-criminal offense. So yeah, resisting arrest in a lot of cases. So let's say somebody gets arrested for something small, and they resist. I mean, you're not going to get in trouble for that. So you don't get prosecuted for resisting arrest. Or marijuana misdemeanors, not paying the fare, traffic fare. These things pile up, and these things lead to more lawlessness, because just like Rudy Giuliani, when he came into office in New York City and reduced crime dramatically because of his broken windows policy, you go after the small stuff, you stop the big stuff from happening. So somebody jumps doesn't pay a fare at the train station, or they're smoking marijuana. You stop these things from happening. You might have just prevented something bigger, because this person sees, okay, I can get away with this. What else can I do? And it keeps going and going. Or if they might be smoking marijuana on the way to commit another crime, they won't get in trouble for that. They won't be prosecuted. You see what I'm saying? So these not prosecuting these small crimes leads to bigger things. And this is why we're seeing these crazy things happening across these liberal cities. Just like this here in Chicago. Check this out.
Look at this.
Shoplifting mob openly looting and stealing products under garbage bags in Ulta in Chicago.
Yeah, look at this. Insane. Insane, yo. Yo, this is the middle of the Ulta right now.
Look at that.
Look at this. Look at this. Insane, TJ. Insane.
Unbelievable. See, these people won't get in trouble because they allow this type of stuff to happen. They put the blame on just society. People don't have opportunity, so they have to resort to stealing. They want to make these people seem like they're the victims when they're not. They're actually the problem. First of all, you have to blame the voters for putting these politicians in place. But the politicians in these liberal cities are putting these policies in place. So it's a two-way street. You have these morons voting these people in, then these people are soft on crime and allow this stuff to happen. This is why we say liberalism is a disease, because it allows for things like this to happen. I'm not saying every conservatism is perfect, or that every place run by a conservative is a utopia. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we're seeing this in all these major liberal cities that have been just run by Democrats for decades. And these people are so brainwashed, they don't want to see any change. And somebody on Newsmax said this perfectly. I think it was Rob Schmidt. He said, these Democrat voters have been brainwashed so bad to continue to vote Democrat. They think, well, yeah, it is bad, but it could be worse without them. Without Democrats, it's going to get worse. So they just keep voting Democrat. And then you have the people who don't actually experience this stuff, who vote Democrat as well. They live in the gated communities. They live in their own bubble, so they don't experience. They're watching from the hill or something. They don't experience what's going on down there with the little people in their mind. So it doesn't affect them. They're in their gated communities, security, whatever it is. They have tons of money to live on, so they're not worried about it. So they will continue to keep voting these people in office. There you go. That's that. And we'll talk more about crime in the coming days, because I think crime is a very big issue right now in America. It's becoming one, especially in these big blue cities. We'll get into some other stuff that's happened in the past couple of days. But until then, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.